What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. I got a question on Twitter about the Asus Rog Ally compared to the new Xbox handheld that's about to drop, and what truly is the difference. So this is from one of my channel members. Shout out to you, my dude. He's actually an artist too. Um, but anyways, he was asking me what is the difference between the Asus ROG Ally that's already out, or for that instance, for that matter, the Asus ROG Ally X versus this new Xbox that's coming out. From what the reveal has shown, because a lot of people are making it seem like it's the exact same thing. It's not. The devices can do very similar things, but from what we know right now, it's not the exact same thing. So I'm going to show you what the differences are, and then it's completely up to you whether or not you feel like this device is worth the upgrade. Don't get it confused. This is an upgrade from the regular Asus ROG Ally. So this is the original Asus ROG Ally that I have in my hand. This is the Z1 Extreme. There are two versions of this Asus ROG Ally. There's this one, and then there's the one with the Z1 chip. Okay, so that is the very first change, or I guess major difference between this and the new Xbox handheld, which is the Asus. Oh no, it's not even called. It's just a ROG Xbox handheld. So that change right there would be change number one, and it would be the chip that's actually running this device. So this is again the Z1 Extreme version, which is an amazing, phenomenal gaming chip for handheld gaming. Anyone that has an Asus ROG Ally knows that you could almost run nearly everything on this thing. As long as you're willing to tweak some settings here and there, it is phenomenal the way this machine, I keep calling it magic, just how it runs everything. Okay, but this new Asus ROG Ally, I'm not even sure why it's asking me this. This is good that it's showing you this, so I'm gonna show you that right now. So I just booted it up, and I have booted it up obviously plenty of times before, and it's acting as if it wants to give me a Windows update prompt, whatever. I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, there you go. There you go. So let's talk about the chip first. So this current chip that's in this one, the Z1 Extreme, is a phenomenal chip. It is very powerful, runs games extremely well, and man, I love this thing. This thing is definitely magic. So the first change is going to be the fact that the Xbox ROG, or the ROG Xbox, I hate the name of it, the ROG Xbox Ally has a Z2 Extreme chip, which would be the next generation of this chip. Now, the thing about PC hardware, and yes, these are handheld PCs. Yes, we could call them consoles if we want, whatever you want to do. But understand that these things are running Windows, okay? PC hardware is not just what's on paper, is how it actually operates. So just because something is supposed to be better doesn't mean it's always going to be better. But for all intents and purposes, the Z2 Extreme chip should be better than this chip. Okay, the worst case scenario is probably going to be when it first comes out, when things have to be optimized for it, when things have to be patched up, and depending on how everything else is configured. A computer is the sum of all of its parts, not just one. Okay, but that Z2 Extreme chip, if the Z1 Extreme is extremely good, the Z2 Extreme should be even better. So that's the first difference, right? The second difference is going to be the ergonomics, meaning how it feels in your hand. Now, I can admit that the Asus ROG Ally, this one here, this original one, is not a very comfortable handheld. I'm going to pull it out of this case just so you guys can see. It is a very nice looking handheld. I mean, we're not going to say it doesn't look nice. It's pretty thin, right? And it does have like a little bit of a lip here for the hands, but when you hold it, you end up holding it with your fingers more flat than anything. Literally, your hand is like this all the time. So literally, this is what it feels like to hold this thing, okay? And it's not the most comfortable gaming handheld out there, all right? With a case like this that gives you a little bit thicker grips, definitely helps. But the new Xbox handheld, the Asus Rog Xbox, again, whatever the heck they're gonna call that thing, already has Xbox like handhelds. I mean, Xbox like grips on it. So that's a huge change number two ergonomically, and that does make a huge difference. Depending on when you hold it onto something, how comfortable it is, does make a huge difference. Okay. The other difference between this one and that one, based off of the Asus ROG Ally X, battery life on that thing is way better than the battery life on this, on the original Asus ROG Ally. Okay, the battery life on this to play a AAA game like Spider-Man, like you're seeing right here on the screen, you're lucky if you're good, if you could get an hour to an hour and a half. You're lucky on a big AAA game like that. Yeah, good luck. And then you would also have to change the TDP, which is the power that the battery is generating to all the components so that it can actually run the game. So typically when you have it off the power cord, you're going to be playing this at 15 watts. But if you are like me and you have yourself a power brick with you everywhere you go for the most part, right? You'll have a power brick, but you're gonna have to spend a pretty penny on a good power brick because you're gonna need a power brick that could generate enough wattage so that this could run at 30 TDP. I'm already losing half of you guys right now as I'm talking about this, and this is what this next Xbox handheld is going to try to fix, right? The Ally X, for instance, has way better battery life, which means you can also run it at the 30 TDP or at the 25 TDP for much longer. So once I plug this in here, it gives me that turbo mode, and I could run it at 30 watts. If this battery bank didn't provide the proper amount of wattage, I would only still be able to run this at 25, and the battery would still drain. It would just drain a little bit slower. But with this power bank, yeah, I'm good. This is an Anchor power bank, if you're wondering what it is. So that's difference number three. The battery life on this new Asus ROG Ally X Xbox. I can't even pronounce the damn name of this thing. The ROG Xbox Ally. The battery on that thing, I'm gonna assume, is gonna be better than the original Asus ROG Ally. So I'm already giving you three reasons why someone like me with this original Ally would go ahead and upgrade to that one. Okay. Now, the another change, and it's probably one of the biggest changes, is the fact how you guys saw in the beginning of this video, and it was perfect. I didn't even plan it. I literally just turned it on right now, is the fact that this is running Windows. So right now, even though this looks like this, I mean, this is Steam. This is not Steam OS. This is Steam Big Picture mode. Okay. Now for me, I have my guide button or my X button mapped to this back button right here. Okay. So when I hit that, it brings up these menus. But what I'm trying to show you is that this is a PC. This is a desktop. I can do my taxes on this if I wanted to. Not the most convenient thing, but I could. I do have a Bluetooth miniature keyboard. I have a Bluetooth mouse as well that I could connect to this. So if I wanted to use this as a computer, I certainly could. Okay. This also can connect to the TV, right? So as long as I have a dock, which I have two separate docks that I could use to connect it to the TV, and I could use this as a PC if I wish. Okay. But with that flexibility means that this is a full PC. It is running Windows with all of its glory and all of its hiccups, which you guys literally just saw how I turned this on, and for whatever reason it decided to bring me through that weird little Windows prompt. And there's no rhyme or reason when it does that. Now it doesn't do it all the time. It does do it pretty rarely, but it just so happened that it did it today when I was trying to make this video. So I'm gonna leave it in here. I'm not gonna edit it out. I'm gonna show you guys what that's like. This next ROG Xbox Ally is supposed to be a stripped down version of Windows, which means it should be more gamer centric, not just PC centric. So it should remove a whole bunch of different background processes. It should stop a lot of things that happen when you are playing on a PC. For instance, sometimes you'll be playing a game and something weird will happen where like the EA launcher will want to go ahead and launch. And it'll just launch, and then you gotta just close it out, and then you continue to play the game. It's nothing crazy that's gonna be like game breaking or stops you from playing the game, but there are minor nuances that you do experience with PC gaming that you don't experience with console gaming. So don't let any PC gamer try to lie to you or gaslight you. There are some experiences in PC that happen from time to time that you will not have that problem with console gaming. But the trade-off of playing on PC is way better. Now the trade-off on playing on this is that you have your PC games that you could take with you on the go, and this thing is very, very powerful. Okay, so the next ROG Xbox Ally is going to have a stripped down version of Windows. Meaning, when it comes to gaming, which is what most people use these things for, okay, this is what I that's the only thing I use this for is for gaming. Every once in a while I might browse YouTube, maybe, but for the most part I'm only using this for gaming. I would love if this had a Windows that was just gaming wise. Like if I lost access to the internet or YouTube on this, I wouldn't be tripping because typically I'm playing a game on this and I'm watching YouTube on my phone anyways if I'm doing that. Okay, if it makes it perform better, if it saves on battery life, if it all that, I would do it in a heartbeat. Okay, so that's another big change. The other change is game bar. Okay, so on Windows you can access game bar. Okay, I have my game bar disabled to my Xbox button, but if I want to make enable it, I could just gotta go here to more settings, go to shortcut, and literally open game bar using the Xbox button. I don't know if you guys can see that, open game bar with Xbox button. Now whenever I push the Xbox button, it'll pop up. Now it's right now it's fighting with Steam because I have Steam using my guide button, but typically that's what would happen. If I hit the Xbox button, the Xbox bar would pop up, and that's the way it would work. Yeah, but right now it's not gonna do it because I got Steam also as well. But let's pop up game bar again, and with game bar open, I can access a whole bunch of different things. I can access my games, the most recent games that I've played. Uh, See, I got Miles Morales, Armory Crate, Dead Space. I can access Spotify. I can access my achievements. I can access my chat, my Xbox chat. So there's a whole bunch of different things that you can access with Game Bar. Plus, there's a whole bunch of other widgets. That's on this one. The new ROG Xbox Ally has a different type of game bar because it's an entire UI now. So the UI is completely different and allows you to swap apps and all that other stuff. So that is another difference as well. To be fair, I do believe that that's probably going to be some type of Windows update that hopefully we all get to experience. So if there is an update, I saw somebody put in one of the Twitter things like, I can't wait till the update just comes to my current Ally, whatever. Almost as if it's a flex. Like, no, that's a good thing. It's a good thing that if you own one of these already, you don't have to upgrade. It's a good thing that when the new ones keep coming out, these are going to get even cheaper. Okay, so you're going to be able to get, I recommend the one with the Z1 Extreme, which is the one that I have. I definitely recommend it. But if you could get an Ally X, I'm assuming that's probably going to drop in price as well. That's the black one, and that one has also better grips as well. Man, these things are only going to get better. But the ROG Xbox Ally is a better Asus Rog Ally. That's just a fact. So when people say, "Oh, it's the same thing," no. As of right now, from what we know, it is a better. Something else that they mentioned was that when you start up the ROG Xbox Ally, it straight up boots into Game Pass, meaning there's no Windows or any of that stuff. It just boots straight into your Game Pass app. Which, to be fair, on your Ally and your Ally X, you can do that too. You can set it to boot straight into your Xbox app. So that's not a huge difference. The difference is though everything else that's going on in the background, right? Because it boots up Windows first and all that other stuff. For me, on my Ally, as you guys saw, I have it boot up to Steam Big Picture mode. So that's how it booted up. And you guys saw the startup. The startup picture was a ping pong paddle and stuff. I think that that's just pretty cool. I just like the way it looks. So that's how I have it starting up. Let's see. What's the other difference? I think that's it. I think those are all the difference. I can't think of anything else. Oh, I lied. I believe they said the joysticks are full-size joysticks. These are, They feel full size. It might be a little bit smaller. I wonder what the tension is going to be. Some people complain that on the Asus Rog Ally, the tension on the sticks is too light. For me, it's real easy to get used to. Like, it's not a problem. You just get used to it really quick. But yeah. Oh, and then, oh, of course, it has an extra button here, which is the Xbox button. Okay. Not to be confused with the Armory Crate button, which is a completely different button, right? Not to be confused with the settings button or anything like that. And this button here is your TDP, your command center, and all that other stuff. So it's got your start select, your Armory Crate button, your command center button, and then over here is going to be an Xbox button, which you can hit, and it's going to bring up the... Oh, there you go. I was able to bring it up. It's going to bring up this, your game bar, and all that stuff, and then that way you can switch to different apps and all that stuff, right? That's going to be the biggest question. We don't know exactly what this UI is going to look like, how polished it is. I guarantee you at first it's going to have a whole bunch of bugs, but it is what it is. Last but not least, the ROG Xbox Ally currently looks exactly like a handheld PC. So if it is in fact a handheld PC disguised as a console, like the Steam Deck does, or like this is doing right now with big picture mode or whatever, right? Understand that because it's a PC, I have no reason to believe that it won't be able to play PlayStation games, as well as third-party games, as well as my Xbox games, right? I don't see why it wouldn't be able to play all of these games. It doesn't make any sense to me that we would believe it if it is essentially just a handheld PC. But with that being said, let me know if you guys have any more questions. For someone that's already on this, someone that's already gaming on PC, I think this is going to be a welcome addition. It doesn't mean that this ROG Xbox Ally is a must buy, but what it means is that now when you want to upgrade from something like this, if you're like me and you waited and you didn't get the X, the Asus Rog Ally X, then you're gonna have a lot more options, and that's always better. Maybe you don't want the Xbox centric PC. Maybe you don't. Okay. Maybe you want the option of being able to remove that UI if you want to, right? That is the beauty about these PC handhelds, is that we can tinker with them. So like if I wanted to put Bazzite on this, I could. If I wanted to put the official Steam OS on this, I believe Steam just released it, I could, and I don't have to use Steam Big Picture mode or whatever. So that is nice to have that option. On this new PC, I'm not sure what restrictions they're going to have on it, if any, but if essentially it is just a PC, then yeah, that just starts with the Xbox thing, then I mean, it is what it is. But I hope that answers a lot of questions. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Don't let people out there lie to you and tell you that this ROG Xbox Ally is exactly the same as the Asus ROG Ally that's currently out, or the Asus ROG Ally X. It's not. It's already a more powerful chip. It's probably going to have better battery life. The ergonomics already look better. It's going to have a simpler UI out the box. Again, that UI might come as a download or patch later to these devices if you wish, but that one's going to have it right out the box, okay? It is going to be able to play Xbox games. I'm going to make a video about that. I don't understand why that's even a thing. It's going to be able to play PlayStation games, okay? It's a PC. So, yeah, unless something happens, which I really don't see how... I don't see how Sony blocks their games from certain Steam and not. I don't know. Somebody out there is smarter than me can figure out if an Xbox branded PC Sony would still block. That would seem kind of silly, but it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Dog1985, there's levels to this. I've been gaming on my Asus ROG Ally for a long time. We also have a Lenovo Legion Go in the house. We also have a G Cloud in the house. And yes, we even have a PlayStation Portal, which my son actually loves. So I can't even talk bad about the PlayStation Portal, and there's no need to. These are all completely different devices. Have any questions, please let me know. I wish Microsoft would see this video and send me one of those things, but you know, we're not at that level yet. Plus, they probably don't want to. I'm gonna be too honest. I ain't if I don't like it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is trash. But it is what it is. We out. Peace.